So cruising is when a baby holds on to different furniture and things like that and kind of moves along. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Athena. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, join the family. So today's video stems from two basic things. The first being unnecessary comments from people who mean well or don't mean well, kind of depends, as well as from the fact that I do have a bachelor in early childhood education and I have studied basically the growth and learning capabilities, etc., of babies from 0 to 5 years of age. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, people have been asking me non-stop ever since baby girl turned 1 whether she's walking. So is she walking yet? Is she walking? Is she not walking yet? Why isn't she walking yet? You know, maybe you should like have a look, like, you know, are you sure she's okay? You know, like her milestones. Like, really? My baby is 13 months old. No, she's not walking yet. She is cruising. She is crawling and she is cruising, which means that any moment she could start walking, okay? She's going perfectly well on her own little path of growing up. So the number one thing that people don't realize is that every child has their own rate of growth. One child may do everything really, really quickly. They may start crawling really quickly. They may start, basically it starts from like sitting, holding your head up, sitting, crawling, cruising, and walking. And they may do all these things really quickly and may even be walking way before 12 months. I know babies who were walking at 9 months, at 10 months, 11 months. It doesn't really make a difference. Every child is different. And yes, there are certain like limits where we say that, okay, if a baby isn't walking by the age of like 18 months, things start getting a bit odd. But up until that point, there really is no reason to stress out a poor mother, especially first-time moms like me. It can be really, really easy to kind of fall into this little trap of stressing that maybe something's wrong with your baby when nothing's wrong. Like, literally nothing is wrong. I have been watching baby girl's milestones since pretty much day one, and she has a tendency, I've realized, of kind of doing things on the later side of what would be considered, I don't know, like the normal, like the recommended time, like the in-between of the spectrum, I don't know. So she does have a tendency of doing things a little bit later on. So usually you would say babies would sit on their own at about 6 months. I believe she was sitting at 6 months, but she wasn't really sitting until like 7 months. That's when she was like, yeah, 100%, she can sit on her bum, she's set. Also crawling, she actually started crawling, I believe, somewhere past 9 months, almost 10 months even. And I still had people like, why isn't she crawling? And I'm kind of like, there are actually many, many children who choose not to crawl at all. Crawling is not necessary. There are children who go from, yeah, great, mommy's computer. There are babies who go from just sitting on their bums to walking. There's no crawling in between. Or at least parents don't ever see them crawl. I've had a lot of people question, even back then, like when she wasn't crawling yet, why isn't she crawling yet? Shouldn't she be crawling? You need to like give her reasons to crawl. And we would always play with her toys and stuff on the floor. I would always give her plenty of room to move and plenty of reasons to move, but she just wasn't ready. And when she was ready, she just started crawling. Like literally, I think the first time I saw her literally attempt to crawl, she actually moved like a few paces, let's say, across the bed. And from that point on, she just started crawling. She just started crawling. Now she's like zooming around. But she literally started crawling so fast and like from one day to the next. So really the whole like, oh my God, why isn't she crawling yet? It's kind of pointless because every child will choose to move when they want to move, basically. And there are also a whole bunch of children who learn how to walk. They know how to walk, but they prefer to crawl. So even when a baby learns how to walk before they turn 12 months or when they're 12 months, they'll usually continue crawling for a little while longer anyway. So it's kind of the same thing if you think about it, that babies will not fully walk around until they're 18 months, basically, until they're nearing 18 months. So whether a child starts walking before 18 months, like way before 18 months, or whether that's when they finally start walking, they still achieve the same milestones. They're still healthy and growing perfectly. So baby girl is currently 13 months old. She's crawling, as I said, zooming around the place. She's also cruising. So cruising is when a baby holds on to different furniture and things like that and kind of moves along. So like moving their legs, stepping along, but holding onto furniture and whatever else they can basically hold themselves onto. So if a baby is doing that at this age, I feel pretty comfortable knowing that the next stage is walking, and she will do that when she wants to. She has been trying to stand up by herself and kind of, you know, standing up in the middle of the room randomly, kind of trying to balance, and then, like, you know, a few seconds later just fall, which is super, super cute, and again, shows me that, yes, she's working on walking. So I feel safe as a mother to know that everything is fine. So I get a lot of comments from people who like are kind of like, why isn't she walking? And shouldn't she be walking? And shouldn't you be worried? And I'm kind of like, nope, I'm not worried. I'm pretty sure that within the next few months she will be running around the place and I will not be able to catch up with her. That's not gonna be fun because ever since she started crawling, I have come to appreciate the months where she could just sit in one place. Like I would put her down and that's where I would find her. Well, now it's kind of I need to constantly be aware of where my little crawling bug is. Basically, I just wanted to say there is no reason to worry and stress unless your pediatrician has seen other signs that may mean that there's a problem, unless the milestone, like age limit, the total cap has been reached and things aren't moving along as they should. Then yes, you should probably consider talking to your pediatrician or even seeking out help in different medical fields. But until then, we need to learn to allow our children their own space when it comes to growing up and mastering all these skills. So yeah, it takes time and everyone learns in a different way. Everyone learns at a different pace. Excuse me! Excuse me! Excuse me! Secretary in the background. Keep it down. So yeah, anyway guys, that's all I wanted to say for today. I just wanted to tell you guys that it's okay to allow the space for your child to grow at their own pace. There is nothing wrong with a baby not walking at 13 months. It's perfectly fine. Like, a baby does not have to be walking by 1 year old. Because the number one thing that they taught us at university was every child has their own growth pace, okay? Every child is different, and even though we do study that, oh, you know, from 4 to 6 months, they usually have to sit on their bums, and from like 7 to 12 months, they're walking, that's not necessary. Like, yes, we learn these general guidelines, but every child has their own pace, and you have to follow that pace. In the same way that weight-wise, height-wise, and all those different growth aspects of baby girl's growth, she has always been a little bit below what is considered the normal, like, age recommended kind of weight and height. But she has had her own, like, steady growth, so she's followed that same kind of amount of growth. She's gaining the weight she should be gaining. She may be, I think she's like 1 kilogram less than what would be considered the norm or whatever. But as far as she is concerned, personally, just looking at her, she has been gaining the weight she should be gaining throughout this entire year, and she's perfectly healthy. So I don't need to compare her weight and height with other children her age, as long as I know that she is healthy, she is growing as she should, and all is well. So basically that's pretty much the crux of this video. You don't need to compare to other people. You don't need to compare your baby to other babies. Your baby will grow at their own rate, and you don't need to stress about it, and don't allow other people to stress you. That's the main thing. So yeah, that is all for this video, guys. I hope you found it a little bit helpful. I do technically have more information and stuff on that, considering my studies, but I didn't want to like you know. If you want any more information, don't hesitate to comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.